coaches have definitely impacted me by being a figure in my life and an influence, making me a better person and better player.
My name is James Guerrero. I'm a varsity assistant coach at Summit High School in Fontana. I also run a travel ball organization called JG Baseball. I started the program in 2012. I've been here at Summit High School for about 3 years. I've been coaching about 14, 15 years, working with youth ball players for about 20 years. I always loved to just kind of pass on knowledge. Even while I was playing, I would work with, my peers, my teammates. We'd bounce ideas off each other, work with each other. But I always just had that desire to work with kids. But when I really fell in love with working with players is like in 2002 when I went to San Diego State. I would help out with their youth camps, prospect camps, anything that they had going on. I would always volunteer my time and just kind of fell in love with just working with kids. So that kind of really got me into coaching. I always knew that, whenever I was done with my playing days that I would get into coaching just because I just love working with other kids, and just wanted to pass on my knowledge to the next generation of players.
My name is Rankota. This is my 13th year playing baseball. I went to Mount Sac for 2 years out of high school, and I now currently play at Cal Poly Pomona. Throughout my life, I've had a lot of positive coaching influences. I've been blessed with really nobody that has had a negative effect on the person I am or the player I am, and I've just been very blessed, and they have definitely made me a better person and had a positive influence on just my life in general. The one and only James Guerrero. That man has been a great mentor, and he continues to be a great mentor for the youth in the area, and he reaches on to other teams, he influences other teams. There's nobody quite like him. That's the only guy I know that will show up to a high school baseball tournament with a speaker, playing music, and just enjoying it and letting the kids really play and enjoy the game and have fun, while also just being a great coach and showing them from his experience, because he's a longtime baseball fan, a longtime baseball player. He played at the highest level there is, and he's just an awesome mentor.
Culture is growing. The culture is changing with baseball. Players are starting to get more energetic and show emotion. I feel baseball hasn't been that way. But you look at the highest levels, guys are playing with more energy and more passion, and that's something that there's a fine line between showboating and playing with passion. I feel like growing the game and teaching these kids the difference between the two is something that I hope that I can help change and make the game more fun for all these athletes. I'm Coach Paula Enriquez. I coach here at Summit High School. I'm part of the varsity staff here. Also coach with JG Baseball, which is a travel ball club here in the city of Fontana. And I've been coaching for about 9-10 years. I started coaching when I pretty much stopped playing right after high school. I just, I've always kind of been fond of giving back everything that I've been taught from all my previous coaches who were pretty knowledgeable, all my mentors. So I just always wanted to kind of give back, and when I was kind of done playing, I really wanted to pursue baseball in a different manner and see how I can benefit the game any way I can do so. I feel all coaches affect their athletes, whether it's positive or negatively. Me personally, I build relationships with all my players where there's a line between professional and personal, and I feel like as a coach I can find a good balance between the two, which as a player I've always wanted to play for a coach that believes in me and that I know I can entrust and be there even if it's not for baseball, or if I need some help or support off the field. I know my coach will be there for me, and that's kind of, as a coach, I try to be there for all my players. I know there's coaches out there that coach players and they're just players to coaches. I don't see players as just players. I see them as players and people. So I feel like that's how I affect my athletes that I'm around.
Your first baseman, number 10, senior Paula Enriquez.
Hi, my name is Christian Enriquez. I've been playing baseball for about 15, 16 years of my life now. Thankfully, so far, I've had a great career. In high school, I was all CIF, all league MVP. Division I made all for first team all conference tournament. Also was a conference tournament champion this past year in 2024. At the junior college level, I was also first team all South Coast Conference. I've played for many different coaches, both at the high school, junior college, recreational, and Division I level. I played with a lot of coaches that have different philosophies, different ways they do things. Coaches, they can affect that environment for players and change the way they work or change the way they go about their day and change their personality and make them a hard-working person throughout the rest of their lives instead of just in the sport, you know. I think coaches do have a little wiggle room in that, like they can affect the player's life doing those things, you know. I think coaches can change somebody's personality in a good way and in a negative way.
Because, you know, baseball is only one part of our lives, and I think there's more to baseball or more to life than baseball. So, you know, just trying to be a positive role model, you know, trying to help them be better people because we know once their playing days are over, whether that's, you know, going into high school or after high school or college or pro, the pro level, like at some point they're gonna have to step into the real world, you know, so just trying to impact them positively in different ways other than just baseball. That's what I try to do as a coach and a mentor.
I have coaches that have, you know, keep on beating me down even though, I mean, I'm struggling, you know, and that's the difference between a great coach and a good, okay coach, or a great coach or a good coach is, you know, a great coach is always going to be there by your side and they're always going to be believing in their players.